I'm Scott,
And I'm Tay.
and we're here to give you an update on what we've been up to the last 8 months.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We left Arizona bright and early to head towards California. Unfortunately, some problems along the way caused us to stay in a Flying J the first night. We had a wonderful stay at our first RV resort in Boulder Creek, California. There was a pool, Wi-Fi, and we had quiet neighbors. We loved the fact that at this resort, our campsite was surrounded by giant trees, creating a beautiful canopy above us. All right, San Francisco, here we come.
Okay, Taylor, tell us what the best route is through San Francisco to get to the other side of the bay.
Highway 1. If there's not an accident, because there was one, so we sat on it for a very long time.
Wrong. The answer is helicopter.
It hasn't even been a week. We have another hood up and we're stranded. We may currently be stranded on the side of the road, but if there's any place to be stranded, it's next to a beach during sunset. We have such a beautiful view, and hopefully we'll be able to get back on the road soon. Fingers crossed that Scott has the right tools to get us safely to our next location. As we were driving, we stumbled upon a sign for a beach and decided to stop and check it out. It was about 1.5 miles to get down to the sand, but once we made it, it was well worth it. We had the entire place to ourselves, and even though it was foggy, it was beyond beautiful. We decided to stop in Fort Bragg and stay at a Vista Point for the night. There was a little path leading down to the water's edge where we were able to watch the sunset as well as see starfish and a bunch of clams covering the rocks all around the shore. One of our favorite places that we stayed was Wailaki Campground in Shelter Cove. This campground was only $8 a night and it was surrounded by a beautiful forest. We were also able to take down our bikes for the first time and go for a ride. To our surprise, this beach didn't have sand at all, but was covered in a bunch of small black rocks, which made an incredible noise when the waves would crash up against them. This trail was so spectacular. You needed to get a special code to get through the gate because they limit the amount of people who walk on the trail, which was awesome because there was nobody around us and we were able to just walk in between the trees at our own pace and enjoy them for their beauty. Let's take a picture. Look at that one. Some of them were even so big that you could walk inside of them. It's amazing how small you feel amongst these enormous trees.
Which way?
Choose your own adventure.
To the right?
The right led us to the coastal trail that took us along the shoreline where we not only saw beautiful views but also some wildlife. "14 days.
2-week anniversary.
Before we left this boondocking site, we decided to explore some of the forest roads surrounding the area and came across some beautiful views. There are so many different types of caves to explore at this park, so you get to decide if you want to do the challenging ones and put on knee pads and a hard hat and army crawl through, or if you prefer the easier ones where you can stand up straight and explore the caves. We decided to go with the moderate caves, which got a little challenging the further we got in there.
Maybe that way? That doesn't go anywhere. That ends there.
Go take a look. I'll wait here for you.
That looks like it's a dead end.
Go take a look.
Okay, you hold this. No, it's a dead end. There's nothing back there.
Another awesome thing about this park is that there is a campground close to all the cave entrances. Also, the campground is only $10 a night.
So Scott was really adamant about having the drone follow us as we're driving down this road because there's not a lot of cars on it. First of all, that's terrifying because that means I have to drive if he's controlling the drone, which that is what I'm doing. I'm in the driver's seat. Then we didn't even get that far down the road after he thought it was following us, and the drone gives you little messages about what's happening. Maximum distance reached, so he lost it. We can't exactly turn around on this road, nor can we reverse with the tow car attached to us, so not really sure what his plan is. Basically this just shows that he should have taken my advice and not done it on this road, but what do I know? So now we're just stuck here, and hopefully he can reach it and we'll be able to get it back. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Fingers crossed. Tell me what happened.
What happened is I should have listened to my girlfriend.
That's right.
That's what she... So that police cruiser right there just gave me a ride.
So what did they say when they saw you walking?
They asked me if there was a problem. I said, no, I was just getting a video of Mount Shasta. They were like, why are you here? It's like, well, the drone got out of range, so I had to chase it down. And they were like, oh, okay, you know, do you want to ride? And I was like, yeah, it's uphill, so that would be appreciated. So that was all. No ticket. They told me not to do it again. I said, yeah, that's what my girlfriend's gonna say.
Crater Lake was by far one of our favorite places to visit along our journey. From sunrise to sunset, this place is truly amazing, and it is so spectacular to see how crystal clear blue the water really is. From jumping into the freezing cold water, to fishing, to sunbathing, sightseeing, or hiking, there are plenty of activities to do no matter what your interests are. We stayed at Annie Creek Snow Park just 15 minutes away from the park's entrance. This was an awesome boondocking site to stay that has spaces available for about 6 to 7 RVs. We luckily found a spot that was far away from everybody else and had our own little oasis in the woods. Pretty much our whole time in Bend was spent riding our bikes around and checking out all of the breweries in town. We found a great boondocking site that was right across the street from Elk Lake. We were able to walk over to the lake to go swimming, as well as have campfires. This was the perfect spot for the whole family.
%50 chance of rain, so we took a chance. What are we doing out here?
50% chance rain.
What have we done? Alright. I guess the only thing left to do is try ourselves by driving.
While traveling up the Oregon coast, we decided to make a pit stop at Thor's Well and the Spouting Horn, which was very convenient that they were at the same location.
There are whales at Whale Cove. Confirmed.
So many whales. Thanks to our tour guide and one of my best friends, Emily, we were able to explore all of the weird and crazy parts of Portland. Now it was time for us to check out some harvest hosts. If you aren't already part of this program, you should definitely join. From wineries to distilleries to breweries to museums, this Harvest Hosts app provides so many different locations for RV travelers to stay and enjoy the services while they're there. We had a fun day touring the Tillamook Creamery, where we got to have tons of free samples of cheese, of course ice cream, and maybe some more cheese. As we continued to head north up the coast, we came across several different lighthouses. Luckily, at each location, we happened to hit them right during sunset, and we got to witness a beautiful view.
Where are we?
We are at Fort Fort Stevens Campground. Going for a bike ride. Whoa! Did you just see that caterpillar?
No.
He's so fuzzy. Almost squished him. And we're gonna go see the shipwreck. This state park not only provided over 500 spots for RVs, but also had paved paths that led to all of the attractions in the park. We had such a fun time enjoying the good weather while riding our bikes to learn about the history.
Civil War museums get me excited.
Typically, I'm not as interested in history as Scott is, but spending the day exploring these bunkers and learning all about the history behind them was truly a fun experience. This is a great place for people of all ages. Any bad guys? While searching the forest roads for a spot big enough for the RV, we stumbled upon this campground. It was so beautiful and quiet and secluded.
He's such a weirdo.
Unfortunately, the day we went to go see Mount St. Helens, it was really cloudy and we were not able to view it. But the visitor center was full of activities to do and a lot of information. Even if it's cloudy, I would still recommend going to see this place because it is so fascinating to learn about all the history and tragedy that lies at this point. Sadly, the clouds moved in on another exploration day and we were unable to see Mount Rainier when we were in the national park. Luckily, we still drove around and looked at all of the other pullouts that there were along the way and still enjoyed our time.
You can see the tracks that go from the Seattle Center all the way down to the downtown area. There's Pacific Science Center, which is on that side as well, with the white arches, and then we also have like microwave, touchstone Cove, and
We debated whether or not we wanted to go into the Seattle Space Needle. We are so happy we made the choice to do so because we happened to get there right at sunset and saw the beautiful colors fall across the city. So scary. Here we go! Ferry ride over to Olympic.
Oh my goodness, they are coming right over here. Clearly, they don't mind people. Walking right up to us. Amazing.
We spent the rest of the afternoon hiking through the Hoh Rainforest. Luckily, we made it to Third Beach just in time to watch the sunset.
Tonight we're staying at an awesome winery and farm. We even got to pick our own corn straight off of the stalk. And we get to pick it fresh from their garden. It's pretty awesome.
Not only did this winery produce delicious wines, but there was also a Christmas tree farm, an apple orchard, and a vegetable garden all on the property, where they allowed us to pick our own fruits and vegetables to keep in the RV.